Wake up, rise and shine, it's almost the weekend.
Give me your wig. Give me your wig. Give me your wig. Give me your wig. You don't know what.
So as usual, I have to let you guys know that if you voted for some content on patreon.com/AdrianExpression, you can expect it on Thursday. You're either watching this video, hopefully, on Wednesday night or Thursday. So by that time, the article will be up there for you to read. Check it out. There are just a couple of things that I wanted to bring to your attention. Of course, we have to talk about Pose and all this, but I wanted to start out with what's going on with the environment. So, girl, the Amazon forest on fire, honey. That is not funny, but what is ironic to me, the reason why I'm laughing is because everyone's just standing around like acting like this shit ain't like this is not a priority. I mean, they said like 20% of the world's oxygen come from the Amazon rainforest, and these companies, these politicians, these rich ass motherfuckers, they just burn the shit. They don't give a fuck. Bolsonaro, the president, if that's how you pronounce his name, the president of Brazil, he's literally dismissing this. He's just like, oh well, girl, y'all need to just calm the fuck down. It's not that big of a deal. What he said specifically though was that the NGOs, now what NGOs are non-governmental organizations that can include anything from like charities to, you know, human rights organizations to environmental protection organizations. And he was saying that, girl, the NGOs, obviously specifically talking about the environmental agencies, he's talking about the NGOs, they're mad as hell because we took 40% of their funding or some shit like that, and they mad, so they setting the shit on fire. That's what he said. He sounds just like Trump. He's saying that these green organizations, the people that are trying to preserve the environment are the ones, because they're angry, they're the ones setting this shit on fire with no evidence. So I thought that was interesting. This comes from CNN. The fires are burning at the highest rate since the country's Space Research Center, National Institute for Space Research, began tracking them in 2013. They're saying that there have been over 72,000 fires in Brazil this year, with more than half in the Amazon region. That's more than an 80% increase compared with the same period last year. So if you think that this shit's just gonna be a walk in the park, and that's why I talk about politics and climate change and all that shit so much when it comes to policy, if you think that them girls said 2030 is a wrap, it's a wrap, girl. Hang it up. Clap, bravo, clap, exit stage left, pull the curtains down. That's it, girl, we're done. So that's why I keep bringing it up. Like, if you think that we're just gonna be lollygagging around, these people at the top really think that their money can protect them from the scorching earth or, you know, no oxygen. It's like, no matter how many bunkers you build, there will be nobody else to exploit. So how will you live this rich and luxurious life that you, girl, I'm tired of it. I could preach for a whole video. Let's move on to another topic. Let's talk about something fun. Apparently, the Matrix is coming back. Production begins in 2020. Miss Lana, the director, longtime director, she's coming back to write and direct it. Now, Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss, they're going to reprise their roles as Neo and Trinity and stuff, so I am excited. I think that this all has to do with Keanu's kind of like resurgence. I mean, he never really left, but recently he's been holding on to a lot of prominence. So of course, any of these companies gonna hop on that shit like, well, girl, you wanna come back to being the one? Sis wanna do this backbend Matrix move, dodging bullets and shit? I would like to see it. So yeah, for those of you who are, you know, nerds like myself, they are working on the fourth Matrix. So based off of the sequels, I would like to see how excited you guys are about that. But I just thought that was cool news. By the way, this is a little bit nerd section as well. Spider-Man is officially out of the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think it has to do with Sony and Marvel arguing over the revenue share and shit. So Sony said, you know what, girl, let me just snatch it. And she snatched it, and that's it. So yeah, that's a really quick side note for those of you who are wondering what was going on with Spider-Man and why it was trending. Let's go ahead and talk about Miss Pose. Obviously, this video is not long enough to hold all of my thoughts about the season finale of Pose, which I think they did an amazing job. So of course, they had to scare the shit out of us putting Blanca in the goddamn hospital. I said, sis, what did I tell y'all? I think I said it in a live stream. I think I've been saying it in videos as well. If something happens to Blanca, we're fighting. We're gonna fight. At this point, I don't know if I have to take some type of kickboxing classes, martial art classes. We're going to fight. I want the showrunners, I mean, It's gonna be MMA style, ding, 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 step into the ring type of tease. Nothing better happened to Miss Blanca. So they put Blanca in the hospital. Sis was going through all type of shit. We got to see her superhuman type strength kind of not diminish, but it's realistic. It's just like after so many years of trying to have a good attitude, trying to look at the brighter side of things, she's just tired. She was just tired. So I like that they highlighted that. Happy that sis is still doing okay. I know that she's going through a lot, trying to deal with the fact that her kids are outgrowing, have left the house, and they're doing their own thing. Another scene I thought was really cute was when Angel proposed to Poppy. I was like, oh yes, you better shake up these gender norms. That's the freedom about being part of the LGBT community, is that we're not held down by these weird ass rules that have been set up. So Angel got on her knee and said, bitch, what's the tea? I love how deep Poppy's love for Angel runs, because it seemed like he can't live without that girl. He cannot. Like, he was just like, you an angel, you supposed to be up there, I'll be here to catch you. I was like, ooh, that's so cute. And then he got down on one knee. I was just like, I love it. I love it. He's like, I want to say it too. I was like, I bet you do. Says they're gonna be happily ever after, or so we hope. You never know, with these riders, they can flip that shit on upside down. All right, one of the last points I want to hit on about Pose is the fact that I like how they talked about Pray Tell and his difficulty expressing his feminine side, and they even went back because Pray Tell was having this conversation with Ricky, which I thought that was beautiful. I don't know about them be together, but I thought that was cute. But Pray Tell ended up saying like, girl, every time I'm just pushed around. I was abused by my father. He's saying I ain't gonna raise no sissy. And a lot of men, especially if you're gay or on top of that feminine, a lot of men can relate to that, who have had fathers like that in their lives, just like policing your masculinity or trying to delete and erase your femininity. So I like that they gave a backstory as to why he's so uncomfortable expressing that side of who he is, because he's always wanted to do it. Even when he was talking to Candy after she passed away and was just like, oh well girl, you were able to do things that I wanted to do, and that's why I thought he was immature, because it's like, sis, it's not her fault. Like, you don't have to be an asshole to Candy just because you are insecure with whatever you got going on. Wow, that reminds me of somebody. I really like how they inverted the judges. They had all the girls up there, which was very true. It's like, y'all, some of y'all are cis men judging these trans women or these drag queens or wherever, and you don't even know how to walk in heels. When Electra was over here coaching them, it's just like, you can't tell me we walk in 6-7 inch heels and you can't even handle 2 inches, 3 inches. Girl, sit your ass down. So I thought that was really cool. They had Angel, Blanca, all of them up there judging the men, and then when Pray Tell came out, I was like, oh yes ma'am, for this Diana Ross wig. Yes ma'am, for this Diana Ross wig. I live for it. It was good to see him kind of embrace that side, but and let that shit go, girl. It's just clothes. It's just a wig. How much freer could life be? But whatever. I love to see Electra up there as the MC. She did a good job. She's like, come judge for me. Come judge for me. I was like, okay. Can't wait to see the next season. I'm trying to be in the next season. What's the tea? Can I have like one line like, hey Blanca, or something like, hey girl, can y'all have me in there to do that? So piggybacking off of Pose, this guy named Maurice Willoughby, hopefully I am pronouncing his name correctly. He's someone who died by suicide because of all the bullying that he faced after it was found out, or after he publicly proclaimed that he loved a trans woman. He loved a trans woman. And so that's why I talk about it so much. This man was publicly bullied online just because of who he loved, and it's just like he couldn't handle it. He had apparently already been dealing with depression. He couldn't handle it. So when I'm talking about LGBT education in schools and how important it is, you don't know what could have saved somebody's life if they see somebody else from the LGBT community and they're learning about them and how they contributed to society. And when I'm talking about shows like Pose and how important it is, you have people like Maurice, who was obviously trying so hard to live in his truth, suffering from mental issues, and this was just the tipping point. I mean, they was clowning his ass. And it's interesting how so many people change their tune when you find out that someone is trans or gay. And I'm just talking from the perspective of the Black community. When some of these people find out that people are dating someone who's trans, or they're lesbian or gay or bisexual or whatever it is, or trans, they start all this kikiing and laughing and shading and dragging and, oh girl, you ain't no real man or whatever. But then when those same people die by suicide, all of a sudden it's now, oh my goodness, he didn't have to do that, he didn't have to take his life, it wasn't worth this, it wasn't. Okay, so when people are saying, no, y'all need to accept us, y'all don't need to just tolerate, you need to accept us, you need to shed those idiotic mindsets and learn something so that you can stop using the same oppressive tactics that white people use on the Black community as a whole. Y'all can stop using them same tactics on LGBT people who are Black, because this is what you end up with: death, depression, mental illness, low self-esteem, people hiding who they are so they can get in these fake ass heterosexual relationships just for y'all approval, and it ends up falling apart. If y'all will grow the hell up, people wouldn't feel the need to hide themselves or destroy themselves because of society standards. Get over it, girl. So the last topic I want to talk about is Sean Spicer. ABC went up there and said, hey girls, there are a lot of people who are going to be on Dancing with the Stars, but one of them is Sean Spicer. And it's like, after Sean Spicer has lied to the American people, played footsie with this racist ass motherfucker in the White House, him working with the administration to shit on us, all the marginalized communities, and then get up there in front of that podium with his red tomato shaped head ass, just telling all types of lies. After he did all of that, after he, I mean, just a traitorous type shit, he's given a platform. He's allowed to take his old clumsy Humpty Dumpty shaped head ass and spin around like a tornado girl, spin around like a tired ass top from a toy box on national TV. Just, I mean, y'all can literally y'all can be destroying us while getting a check and a platform at the same time. I don't understand it. I don't want to see Sean Spicer's old upside down pineapple. I don't want to see his low-hanging coconut shaped head ass dancing on nobody shit. And honestly, he ain't no goddamn star, okay? He might be a wormhole, he might be a black hole. For those of you who are interested in space, he might be a tired ass, gassy ass nebula, but he ain't no goddamn star. I don't want to see it. And a lot of people don't want to see it either. It just really is crazy how certain people can be so destructive and so praised in the same breath. I hate to see it. On that note, Sean Spicer, I want you to take your hot air balloon built head and float away into the oblivion that your IQ points are constructed like, so that we can all have a good goddamn evening.